Is 1 hour enough to change everything? JIN BTS's Gucci 2026 dance says yes, the question sounded impossible, almost unreasonable, until 1 hour in Milan proved otherwise. How could a single performance compress emotion, legacy, and global influence into just 60 minutes? And yet, during Gucci's Spring/Summer 2026 presentation, JIN of BTS delivered an answer that stunned both the fashion world and millions of ARMYs worldwide. Yes, 1 hour can change everything. Observers were unprepared for the magnitude of what unfolded. JIN, known globally for his calm demeanor and understated elegance, stepped onto the runway not simply as a brand ambassador, but as the centerpiece of a meticulously crafted performance piece. The surprise was instant. This was not a traditional runway appearance. This was movement as narrative, choreography as confession, and visual design as emotional architecture. And it became clear within seconds that Jin's dance was more than a creative experiment. It was a cultural event. What made this hour so transformative? The clues emerged gradually. Jin's dance was executed not with grand spectacle, but with precision and intention. Each motion appeared to carry a coded message, an echo of his past, a reflection of the present, and a gesture toward the future. Fashion analysts noted how his transitions aligned with shifts in lighting, framing, and musical progression, suggesting a performance built on symbolic layers rather than simple aesthetics. The choreography favored subtlety over flamboyance, grounding the entire showcase in emotional credibility. Fans were quick to point out the timing. Jin returned from military service only months before the Gucci showcase, and this was his first major artistic statement since re-entering public life. For many ARMYs, the performance functioned as a reintroduction, not through interviews or social media posts, but through movement that communicated vulnerability and maturity. The visual narrative captured something deeper, a tension between absence and presence, between restraint and liberation, and between the quiet of the last 2 years and the global noise that now awaited him. But perhaps the most unexpected aspect was how Gucci framed the moment. Rather than surrounding JIN with elaborate staging or secondary performers, the brand placed him alone in a vast, dimly lit interior. The emptiness around him enhanced the emotional impact. Every step echoed, every turn captured attention. And with each minute, the sense grew that the performance was not merely showcasing fashion, it was articulating Jin's artistic identity in real time. Critics described the hour as a visual monograph, a term rarely used in fashion contexts, but fitting here. The performance unfolded like a thesis, the body as text, the runway as argument, the music as emotional punctuation. And while the choreography remained restrained, the camera work amplified its significance. Slow pans, tight close-ups, and deliberate framing transformed even the smallest gestures into monumental moments. Viewers reported feeling as though they were witnessing not just a fashion event, but a chapter in BTS's ongoing global influence. The emotional peak arrived midway, when JIN paused beneath a massive chandelier, eyes closed, shoulders relaxed. It was a moment of stillness that resonated more loudly than any movement. For many fans, this was the symbolic heart of the performance, a quiet acknowledgement of distance traveled, challenges endured, and bonds maintained. Analysts noted that this was not merely a dramatic flourish, it was an intentional centering device, designed to focus the audience's attention on JIN as both an individual and a representative of a larger cultural phenomenon. Social media exploded in real time. Hashtags referencing JIN, Gucci 2026, and BTS flooded platforms across continents. Fan interpretations ranged from emotional to academic, with some viewers dissecting the performance frame by frame to uncover hidden symbolism. Others simply described the experience as overwhelming. And within 1 hour, exactly 1 hour, the video release reached numbers that eclipsed previous fashion campaign records. Yet behind the spectacle, the central question remained: why did this performance feel so monumental? The answer lies in the rare convergence of timing, artistry, and emotional history. Jin's dance represented more than a brand partnership. It marked the end of a silent period, the beginning of a new artistic phase, and a reaffirmation of BTS's enduring influence despite individual activities and global challenges. In the end, the performance accomplished something only the most impactful cultural moments achieve. It shifted perception. It reminded the global audience that artistic expression need not rely on extravagance to be powerful. And it proved that even in an industry saturated with constant content, a single hour executed with sincerity, intention, and emotional intelligence can redefine expectations. The global reaction to Jin's alleged Gucci 2026 performance did more than stir admiration. It triggered a wave of emotional certainty that demands deeper examination. If 1 hour was enough to move millions, then surely 1 hour should also be enough for us to question what we're consuming. But are we doing that? Or are we absorbing narratives simply because they feel good, because they align with what we want to believe? And more importantly, do we even know whether this event unfolded as described, or are we willingly stepping into a story shaped by fragmented posts, edited clips, and viral commentary? As the online frenzy grew, a crucial question emerged. How much of the spectacle is confirmed, and how much is collective imagination fueled by social media? TikTok edits can make ordinary footage look extraordinary. Twitter threads can turn speculation into evidence. YouTube commentary can frame assumptions as fact. So when millions insisted that this was the most iconic performance in Gucci runway history, did they rely on verified reports or on emotional momentum echoed by fandom circles? Should we reconsider how quickly online excitement becomes perceived truth? This is where critical reflection becomes essential. If we pause for just a moment, we must ask ourselves, has anyone independently authenticated the choreography breakdowns circulating online? Are the behind-the-scenes stories verifiable, or are they simply captivating narratives that spread without scrutiny? Every paragraph written, every frame analyzed, rests on sources that may or may not withstand factual examination. And if that is the case, are we engaging with reality or with a beautifully crafted illusion? It is worth acknowledging that a significant portion of the information circulating about this performance originates from platforms designed for speed, not accuracy. TikTok rewards sensationalism. Twitter amplifies the loudest voices, not the most reliable ones. YouTube thrives on dramatic thumbnails and emotionally charged commentary. If these platforms shape our understanding, can we truly claim to hold an objective view of the event? Or are we participating in a digital echo chamber that reinforces whatever narrative gains the fastest traction? This leads us to a provocative question. Are we witnessing an artistic milestone, or consuming a coordinated spectacle engineered to dominate online discourse? Fashion houses have long utilized emotional storytelling to elevate their brand presence. Fan communities, driven by passion and loyalty, often magnify these moments beyond their original scale. When both forces converge, the result can blur the line between authentic impact and manufactured virality. So where does this Gucci 2026 narrative fall on that spectrum? The emotional depth attributed to Jin's performance, his stillness under the chandelier, the symbolic choreography, the introspective pacing, may all be real. But is it also possible that fans are interpreting meaning through a lens shaped by longing, nostalgia, and post-enlistment anticipation? Are we assigning themes of identity, sacrifice, and reunion because they exist, or because we desperately want them to exist?